You got to keep it. Keep it. You got to keep it lovely. You got to keep it. Keep it. You got to keep it lovely. Success comes right after the struggle. I ain't even giving up on whatever I wanted. The tragedies I've seen, I can't even stomach. Most of y'all weak as shit and would've started running. Every time I make it back to the crib, I'm thankful the Most High let me see all of it. Grateful I'm lovely, and I'm being real with this. Please don't judge me, I'ma stay on my shit. I'ma keep a grind mode button, push it, make it do something. No balls for me, cause I'm a loose cannon. I get to choose, camera switch it up, look up a new banner. Keep smoking on that Bama. I'm so lovely that you can't handle it. You know I stay lovely, you see I'm doing damage. You gotta keep your composure. Drop this one right here, it's over. Yeah, you got to, yeah. Keep it, yeah. Keep it, you got to keep it lovely. You got to, yeah. Keep it, you got to keep it.
I want you to talk about all of the things that you've been doing. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do over here on the Lovely Radio Show. So give us a little background, and then we're going to get into it.
Well, like she said, so gracefully, A-Rock, I'm an artist, audio engineer, producer, songwriter. I've worked with artists such as Day 26, Lil Wayne, Chris Brown, McQueen, B.O.B., Mano, the list goes on. Yes. That's going from either some writing, engineering, songwriting, or producing. So across the board, I try to make sure that all that's going together, and I'm also an artist.
Right. So equally as great as being an engineer and being behind the music as a songwriter, how does that make you feel, you know what I'm saying, to have all those different credits on you as an artist? You know what I'm saying? I know it brings a lot to the table.
It actually feels good. It's just great to know that there are people out there who value your talent, value your skill, and actually want to, you to be a part of what they're doing to help bring their stuff up.
True. You freezing up. Yeah, but it's okay. It just shows that, some people really, they need an expertise, you know what I'm saying? And they don't want to just work with anybody. So if you have those other skills you could bring to the table, that cuts down a lot of mess. You know what I'm saying? It eliminates a lot of people.
Yeah, absolutely. I just try to make sure that I always deliver everybody the same great quality all the time, even with my work as well.
Absolutely. And you have some great singles, Let's talk about some of the music you're working on now. And I love your jersey, by the way.
Thank you. Shout out to it.
Man.
Had to show a little love.
That's my hometown, so I always love seeing when the Bulls is represented, or Chi-Town in a positive light. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Texas is my hometown, but I always got to show love to what's considered the greatest and legendary. So.
Yeah. You walking in legendary shoes right there. You know what I'm saying? From Texas, and it's great to be able to say, working with different musical artists. Everybody's not in the same place, so you're gonna learn something, new. What are we gonna learn new from you? You know what I'm saying? Being from Texas, and I know you've been traveling.
Well, the funny thing is, what you learn from me is there's a beauty in being versatile. There's beauty in being able to diverse everything you're doing. You don't have to stick to the same thing. So when you hear things with me, you might hear something where it might be something gritty, hard-hitting, angry, strep throat at the end while you sing. Or you might hear me, softly serenading and giving you some nice, lovely vibes. So that's kind of how I try to package myself as an artist. I don't want to just stick to that one thing. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. You have to be universal, and the women love that. When you said songwriter, I knew you was tapping into some great R&B vibes. You know what I'm saying? So we love that over here. You know what I'm saying? We love throwbacks. That's why we ended up being on the Thursday, because it's like so many people are new to the world, but some people are throwbacks, you know what I'm saying, that we're bringing back, you know what I'm saying. So it's not like you just now meeting this person for the first time, because after this interview you go back and you're like, oh, I heard this song, oh, I did, you know what I'm saying. So it's a lot of work being done. And shout out to King Tech and everybody that's in the chat right now. Good looking out, you know what I'm saying, for the link. You know what I'm saying? Lovely Radio Show is always here for new artists, and we love when the artists send in their music and their bios. That way we get a chance to you know, tell you about the new artists that's on the Lovely Radio Show and the music we play. I know you guys don't get to see everybody we play, but dang, it's a blessing when we get a chance to have one of the artists come in. So thanks a lot for coming through, A-Rock. You know what I'm saying? This is really a blessing, because at the end of the day, it's a lot of you know, dull energy in the business, don't you think, sometimes? And when you bring up so many different artists that's still legendary, still have hits, and it kind of puts a smile on my face that some artists, you know what I'm saying, that I may have never met before are here to, you know what I mean, bridge the gap, because it is a gap in music sometimes, you know, with the younger generation. And it's not everybody, but it is a lot of young artists that don't follow the protocol. So how do you get through sometimes working with some of the new artists who may be a little bit hard-headed, but you got to kind of show them the ropes, you know, to still work with them?
See, my biggest thing about stuff like that is I'm not here to baby you. Like, I'm here to help bring if I'm working with you as that type of thing, I'm here to bring the best out of you. And I'm not a yes man. I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. I'm not going to tell you what you like to hear. If you don't like how it goes, we'll figure out some other way to do it, but
right.
We're still going to make it great. But I also know that what I'm telling you is also to give you the best, to make the best record.
Exactly.
It's not about egos. It's not about this person's better than who. It's not about, everybody in the room is a creative, so we're all coming together. Amazing, and I'm not gonna hold back any thought that I feel could make anything better to any song I work on.
Yeah, it's all about, you know, greatness and having great results, you know what I mean? And within this, you know, industry, when you link up with some great people, like I'm going to bring King Tech in, when you link up with great people, sometimes you know, you realize that it's more to this business than meets the eye. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people throw so much junk at you and you be like, oh man, this mess is all messed up. And then you sit back for a minute and you're like, oh, okay, well, it's a little, you know, vocal competition, rap competition, and, you know, producer competition. And then I'm able to hear new music. You know what I'm saying? And in that way, the Lovely Radio Show, like, you know, with King Tech, we can link up and bring artists in and kind of share the platforms. Yeah. And that's what we've been doing. Hey, King Tech, welcome to the Lovely Radio Show.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I had to tap in for a second. What's good, A-Rock?
Thank you.
How are you, man? I'm
good, man. Blessed. Look at this. Beautiful place. We're at a little party, so I just wanted to tap in really quick. And
thank you.
Really, thank you for letting us on your platform. But just blessed that we got to team up with Rich Partner, Gifted Company, and King Tech. We brainstormed one day and thought, man, we have a pool and a network of artists that are incredibly talented. Mm-hmm. Let's become one big team. That's what we did. And it's just, the pool is incredible. It is incredible, all the talent. And now, I mean, sharing like this, we love this idea, doing a soft rollout, introducing the team, you know, across, sharing to your platform. We're blessed, so thank you. Yeah,
this platform is really built, you know what I'm saying, for artists like myself, you know what I'm saying, who've been in the game, who have, you know, history, official platinum stuff, but people may not know if we're still doing music, and they may not know where to find us. So even if they heard somebody or somebody shared something, that's still not giving them the bigger picture. So A-Rock, I want them to have a bigger picture of you. So if you can share something that they may not know about you, you know what I'm saying, engineer, songwriter, or just the artist, what would you say that they, you know?
I take my time with what I do. And I feel like that's a big thing that a lot of people are missing nowadays. And it's not because I want, you know, I want just to say, oh, it's amazing because of the time. It's because I feel as though that's what gives it its greatness.
Right.
And it's not about how many songs can you crank out within a night. You know, it's always great to make 5, 10, 20 songs in one studio session, but at the end of the day, do you have 5 to 10 songs that are going to probably be thrown away, or do you have 5 or 10 masterpieces?
Yeah. Songs that's going to get placements and songs that's going to, be picked up. And when you walk into a company, they can't let you leave without being signed. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we want. We want to build, that legacy for us as artists and producers, even when you're learning, because I know I have producers who are doing YouTube channels to show artists and other people who are trying to build their studios how to build their studios. You know what I mean? Before you get to your producers, you need to be in pre-production with yourself, because there is no time to waste money nowadays, you know what I'm saying, for back and forth. You know what I'm saying? You go in the studio and you're not happy, and then you're mad at the producer and you get online and all this stuff. But all you have to do is sit down with that producer and say, okay, I'm going to work over here. And then if you need me to come to your studio and do the vocals, then that's what I'll do. But other than that, I could send them. Let's be more organized. Don't you guys figure it's better to be more organized as an artist?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I mean, that is definitely key. Having a game plan. Really, an artist should have a game plan from beginning stages, the whole package. What is your whole theme from long term? How are you rolling yourself out as a brand to the world? And you have to represent that in stages. You don't just go to the end of the book and just read the last page, so you got to take the stages and steps. And I do got to salute A-Rock. What I really enjoyed and what I was excited to start assisting with that is, when I first heard his music, it absolutely matched. I'm like, man, he could be right now. That's current. That sounds like a lot of the shit I hear. But then he plays something else where it's a completely different realm. I mean, it's so creatively different that's what I loved. And me, growing up, I would always hone in on the artists that were so unique that some would be like almost turning down the beat in the background and way more vocal, and it was like a spoken word performance, Wow. And I'm like, oh, damn, this is crazy. Or try a whole different cadence that nobody's doing. Right. But A-Rock has this uniqueness where he's mixing multiple genres of music and giving me multiple vibes with this out-of-this-world creativity. So I already know his future. It's bright as hell. He needs some darker shades.
I call them hater blockers. You feel me?
I didn't want to run and grab the shades, but as soon as you came on with
you might as well go get them. Go get them.
Right. Yeah, you need them.
It's going to be the shades. Go get them. We're going to rock out with the shades with King Tech.
There we go.
You know what I'm saying? And Lovely Radio always brings new music, you know what I'm saying, to the table. And always classic music. Because to me, I'm like, I got a song called Hater Blockers. You feel me? We gotta block these. We gotta block these motherfuckers. We gotta block these. And tonight is so classic. A-Rock. Last night I just finished my rock hop album. It's my rock album that I'm doing. I'm also part of a rock band called These Nuts, featuring Miss Toy. Okay. So it's a pleasure to see other artists that do different genres of music. You know what I'm saying? What's one of your favorite studio experiences with some of the artists you work with?
I would say it was watching D.I. Castro lay his verse to a record I have. I don't know if I can name it because I don't even know the status of doing with it. But just the way he laid his verse, it sounds like it's punched in. Mm-hmm. But it's one breath.
Wow.
When you hear it, you'll understand what I mean.
Wow. I have an incredible one that I could mention right now. I work with E40 on my That Girl album. And E40 came into the studio and literally it was like a camp out. You know what I'm saying? Word for word was really mastered out. And I was able to sit in the studio with a genius, you know what I'm saying, basically. Somebody who took their time, you know what I'm saying, to make this hell of a song, because I thought, when I came up with this song, Mike City, shout out to Mike City, that's one of my producers, he worked with everybody. And I said this song sound like, it's Snoop should be on it. But I'm like, work a twist, right? And I'm like, yeah, that sound like, but then I'm like E40. So when I seen E40, I approached him and was like, you know what? I got a song that I really want you to be on. And that man came through. So those experiences in life, you know what I'm saying? And that's on my That Girl album. Y'all can go to MissToyMusic.com. But those experiences, A-Rock, are classic for us when we in creative mode as well. Don't you think? Don't you think about some of those things?
It's best when you see somebody come in and give just as much love to what you're doing as to what they would do with their project.
Absolutely.
Like, you got some artists that come in and say, "Oh yeah, what we doing?"
They don't really care.
But then you got somebody who, once you feel like, "Oh my God, this is the perfect fit," to
yes,
the route I was going for, and it works. It's natural. It's all love in the air.
I love it.
You still got to do the business side, all that good stuff. It works. There's nothing greater than that.
Hey, so King Tech, what do you have going on tonight? I know you stopped through tonight because you are a boss. You're always busy doing something. I'm sure you're doing a commercial or a goddamn car ad or something like that.
Right.
Seriously.
You know it. Yes, we are at a very special event right now, this little private party networking that it's an important one. So I'm here doing that. I actually had to cancel my live at 8 because I'll be here. And I want to make sure I'm in the right environment.
Thank
you.
Right,
so I'm going to have to cancel my live. I'm going to postpone it and see if he's free tomorrow night, Friday night. So hopefully we'll do that at 8 on King Tech TV. Definitely check it out.
Oh, we'll be doing it.
We got, and then the finale to the Ultimate Vocalist Competition next Tuesday.
Yes.
You got to come through and find out who is the grand champ.
Yeah, we got to have a grand champ on, you know what I'm saying? And all the champs. I love this. I love to hear Miss Toy and A-Rock on the track. Look, that's the producer, and I'm just the artist, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm an engineer too, though. I'm an engineer. But, we can make that happen. Y'all, the fans are always important, and we want to make sure y'all that we are directing traffic so that it will be easier for you to get to the good music. You know what I'm saying? I know it's easy to hear bullshit all day, but let's make it easy to get to the real fucking deal. And I brought a real deal Holyfield tonight. You know what I'm saying? A-Rock in the building, and I'm going to make sure that when y'all go to Miss Toy Music, y'all will be able to hear the show along with the music. But over here on YouTube, y'all know we ain't trying to get no strikes. We own shit over here, so we don't need nobody bothering our bag. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we multitask. So when you get a chance, go over and listen to MissToyMusic.com to be able to hear some of A-Rock's music along with this show. They all go together. We market in a different kind of way, right, King Tech? We do.
Yep.
We all over the place, but it's organized.
Organized, yes.
Dismal.
Do they organize noise?
Yeah. I work with organized music and organized noise a few times. Militia worked with a few of the producers, and it's always good that you have a long history. So like me working with Dismos and Mr. Tan and I kind of started this realm together, this music thing, and then we linked back up. Everything just happened, like it's supposed to. So make sure if y'all not tapped into Dismos, he's having a huge birthday celebration next month, September 16th. So if you're not on the West Coast, I'm sorry for you.
Right.
You're gonna miss out. It's okay. We'll post a lot of stuff, because I'm definitely going to be in the building. So tell us about anything you have going on, King Tech. And then also A-Rock.
Okay, so on August 27th, Burning Trees Festival, pull up there. We're going to be there. Me and Roach will be there. And then September 16th is Dismos' birthday party, 100 everybody. I mean, we've had over 300 legends on my show that I've interviewed. We've invited every single one, plus 300 more. I mean, it's going to be a night to remember. Weedwood sponsoring that, Dizzle sponsoring that. We have a life-size pinata, over 4 pounds of legal cannabis inside. Lots of fun.
We legal on the West Coast.
Yes, it's gonna be incredible night. You got to pull up. So and every Wednesday, Thursday, we have legendary interviews. Normally, every Wednesday and Thursday, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on King Tech TV.
Yes.
Tuesday, we're on Talking Junk Network on YouTube. We have a producer beat battle, MC battle, or vocalist competition because we are creating the best of the best, matched with legends like Miss Toy and others to make this one big album, legendary album, The King's Table Presents. And I can't wait till we get on that.
Oh, that's going to be dope. We might as well get to work. You know what I'm saying, Rock? Shout out to Speak Low. Speak Low, Born Day. That's one of my producers right there in the chat. And shout out to all my warriors that always come through. World Star Black, Low Wick, Fitted, Santana. What's up? Salute. Hit a split, you feel me? Doug, Gifted. I just want to shout y'all out because y'all could be anywhere and y'all chose to be right here with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A-Rock. And y'all know it's love. That's why I named the show Lovely Radio, because we want to get adjusted to all the love instead of all the hate. I mean, I'm tired of being over familiar with all this drama. You feel me?
Right.
I stay away from everybody. I just be like, I'm out. I pop in, I pop out. You feel me? But it's certain places that I definitely have to be, and September 16th is one of those places that I'm joining my loved ones, you know. And make sure y'all go stream Miss Toy Presents the Session. Dismos and I have a song on that album. And definitely it's a weed album. So if you've been on some bullshit, kick back, roll up one, and listen to this joint. A-Rock, tell us everything you got going on right now, singles, and where we can find you.
Well, as far as the singles, as far as the music, it's actually kind of in a revamp stage. So there's kind of a lot, we're kind of re-putting together to try to resituate the situation.
Good,
But if you wanted to find any type of music, I think listed all over the platforms is A-Rock Music. That's AYROCKMUSIC.
Yep.
I think the different one is YouTube, which is A-Rock Music 1.
Right.
So,
you know how YouTube do it. Somebody was doing makeup as Miss Toy before I even got on YouTube. And so when I got on YouTube, everybody was like, I don't see your page. And I said, you know what, YouTube? I do music. I don't give a fuck about the lady doing makeup. I ain't hating on her. She could be Miss Toy all day. But put something where they know it's me. And so they said official Miss Toy on YouTube. And I said, that's all I need. And that let me play this game with y'all. You feel me though? Goddamn.
So, as far as other, any type of other music, like I said, any platforms, just search AYROCK.
That's right.
Or -ROCK. A lot of times, don't forget the dash. It's very important.
It's very important with the names, you know, just like my name, MS.space.TOI.
Yeah.
So if you look it up and it's all messed up, you're gonna get a whole nother list of music. So, I'm sorry. Shit ain't. It's crazy.
Right.
So I love that we're able to get together and join each other because we're going to do this again. We're going to have, 16 on next week, and we're going to continue on our mission to bring you guys the newest, the hottest artists, producers, and legendary moves. You know what I'm saying? Updates and great content because it's all about the information. If you have the right information, you will go support, right? And I want y'all to support because all of the artists I have on, especially all my special guests that come on, they are very important to the business. This is why you guys are getting good music now, you know? So I'm going to dig through the crates as much as I can to find all the best artists, all the best producers, and business owners. Because if you own a business and it benefits us as our community tries to grow out of whatever chaos we're in right now, it is very important for you to share your business so that we can continue to put money in each other's hands. Things are changing right now in the world right now. So y'all know that in the next big change, you better be ready. You know what I'm saying? And it's always something new, right? But just like the internet, we was able to, pick up the pace and learn how to create our own, income and revenue from the things that we learn. What are some of the things that you guys, like both of y'all can answer this, that the internet has helped benefit you financially?
You want to start, Tech, or you want to?
Financially, I'd say first was through Instagram, then paying through bonuses, monetization, in-stream ads. As my audience grew, Instagram started to pay more. Not to talk them up because they have taken it away and I didn't break community guidelines over ridiculous shit. So that was the beginning of it. But then building up through sponsors was like, first I would shout out a place to hope to get sponsored, right? Then they would recognize me, which they'd share me in their story, which gave me a broader audience. Yeah. But then they'd start sending product. Then they would start, it would just keep escalating. And then I started meeting a lot more in that field, in the cannabis industry, a clothing industry. And it started expanding more than just me making beats on camera.
Yeah.
Do you want to come in here really quick? Look who we got. There's one special. One we got.
Oh, Lovely Radio be blowing up, boy. What's up, Roach Killer? What's up, boss man? How you doing?
Oh, shit. Chilling like a mega villain.
Man, tell them where they can find you at, because, if they need that game on how to keep their music tight, you know what I'm saying? I know there's certain people that I direct traffic to, and I still want them to follow you.
I appreciate that. I'm over at Roach Killer Music. That's Roach Killer with an A, not killer.
Not killer.
Roach Killer.
I love my warriors come through, and they always down with each other doing some great things down there. You have to answer that question as well, A-Rock. How has the internet, benefit, you financially?
All right, y'all.
All right, love you.
Honestly,
love you, sis.
The biggest and the best thing that has actually happened because of the internet is being able to access people that you would normally never be able to touch.
There you go.
Like you can have a conversation with somebody that's all the way in UK, Russia, Canada, mind you, anywhere, just off of getting on the internet.
My warrior Lowick right now from Guadalupe right now in the chat. Work with my producer from Pittsburgh. We all linked up. K-Wise, he on the West Coast. Like that's really what it is. Like the warriors on my team, we're all from different places, and it's a lot of different countries involved. And those are the places that actually showed the U.S. that we fuck with the West Coast. We love Miss Toy. We do. You know what I'm saying? When your own hometown and your own people is like, oh, you still doing music? Why you still doing that? It's somebody else that just picked up on it, and they like, wait a minute, this is my favorite shit right here. And you come from this. So the internet has actually put the pieces together, whether you make money or not. You gonna have to figure that out, because I know for a fact, because I speak this real shit, that they always messing with my stuff. You know what I'm saying? As soon as I start making some money on it, I have to channel my energy to not be mad at it, because it's their platform. All I ask is for people to go to MissToyMusic.com, click on a couple of ads. That benefits me every day, like how Instagram and everything else does. So when we do break this information off for you on Lovely Radio, we just telling y'all some real facts, and that having your own .com or your .net and all of that benefits you, you know what I'm saying, even more than it does on Facebook or, Instagram and all those other places, because somebody else is in charge. And they always saying I'm breaking community. I don't be twerking and shit. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
What the fuck?
Mine was promoting the sale of illicit drugs. And I'm promoting a sponsor in a legal state with legal product, recreationally and medically. What are we talking about?
I mean,
want to hear some real petty?
Yeah.
I'm on a live one day, and I was supposed to call somebody that came into the comments. So I literally said, I'm going to hit you later.
That happened to Dismos.
And as soon as I posted that, it said, you violated community guidelines. We have blocked this and flagged your account.
Yeah.
That happened to Dismos, that exact thing, and he couldn't chat. He couldn't go live for over a month.
Yeah.
I honestly, I went back to appeal it, and I was like, hey, I'm going to hit you equals I'm going to call you later.
Right, not hit you and knock you out. I don't know what y'all be thinking, but don't think for me.
They actually just revoked it within maybe 30 minutes, and they removed it. But I was like, yo, you really have to watch how you type or say.
Yeah, you really do. I mean, I can't even post. You can do it half the time. I always have to appeal that this is me. And, people can post it all the time. But as soon as I post it, they like, girl, we blocking this because this ain't you. And I'll be like, what in the hell happened to y'all? Like, if you update a system, that means if you find out somebody is who they are, you need to make sure that's marked in the system so you don't have the same problem over and over. So I feel like the customer service in these internet social media things are just messed up to me. It's blocking some of the business, but I'm glad that we're able to continue to get in contact with each other and make things happen regardless of what's going on, because sometimes there are people that are blocked and then they come back and be like, I was blocked, I didn't even know you was blocked. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Right.
So anyway, if there is something that you would like to just, say, special shout out, or anybody that you would like to, give some, personal advice to, this is the time to do that on the Lovely Radio Show. You got it.
Okay. Let me start with shout outs first. Shout out King Tech. Shout out King Tech always.
Shout out King Tech.
The Gifted Company. Shout out Mr. 16. Shout out Chris Lowe. Shout out Mouthpiece. I really hope I'm not forgetting anybody. But if you know I love you, and you know it's all love always.
Absolutely.
If there's anything I want to give advice for anybody is learn to find your happiness and make that your purpose.
Yep. That's true. The only way you can really truly be happy is if you are living in your purpose. If you are doing something that actually makes you happy at the end of the day and you don't feel drained from it and you can't wait to get up the next day and try the shit again. You know what I'm saying? Even if you have a bad day with this, if you have something, because, not only is, music one of my passions, just being a great auntie, sister, and, family member is one of the things that I love, and shout out to my warriors, auntie on the ATL tip, you know what I'm saying, ATL defenders and that damn thing, and just being, a great product of my own environment, you know what I'm saying, it's being an example. So thank you for being an example and taking your time with your craft, we appreciate that.
You, and I think everyone out there who actually can appreciate it.
Yeah, we do appreciate it. And one thing about, the Lovely Radio Show is that we always surprise people because they never know where, some of y'all come from. They don't be looking. They just want to, whatever is in the pool of, immediate and major artists, that's all they know, right? And so when they get these jewels and they're able to, tap into some new music from new artists, it's like it blows their mind. So that's why I keep making new music all the time, because I do different kind of music and I like the shock factor. What about you?
Yeah. I love the face that people make when it's like their first hear something with me, because a lot of times I'm real low key. So it's like when you hear the songs, it's like, wait a minute,
mm-hmm.
That's you? That came from you? I'm just like, hey.
That's your idea? That's your production? That's you?
Like, you put this together? You thought about that?
So I just want y'all to know I enjoy new music and I enjoy classic music. I'm always on some classic music. You know what I'm saying? It just, that nostalgic feeling of those days of when the 90s hit and everything damn near that was on the radio was a hit. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we know from our own experience. Now, what's up, Dismos? Warriors is in the building. You know what it is. Shout out to everybody that's on Spreaker app as well. And much love to everybody that's on YouTube. Y'all are getting a chance to see it. You know what I mean? Everybody else, they just listening. So you got to have a good show. You know what I mean? What's some tips that you want to, before we get out of here, what's some tips that you want to give an artist get in the studio with you for the first time? Just give them some tips.
I am no yes man.
I love it.
That's one for me. I have to say that all the time, because the next tip is you have to have thick skin.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna have somebody that might challenge your creativeness, but it's not to challenge it to badmouth you or to make you feel like you're less appreciative or less important. It's just,
this is true.
When more hits come in together to kind of give an idea to make a record actually a record instead of just making it a
song.
Oh, that was cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At times, that's kind of like the most painful thing to hear from somebody to be like, "Hey, what you think of that?"
Oh, that was
Cool.
Yeah.
That was cool. So, also be prepared.
Be prepared.
Be prepared. Like,
Yeah.
I know a lot of artists like to think that they're Lil Wayne and they can just go in the booth and rap something, but you also realize that Wayne also stands there for hours. he'll come up with lines, but sometimes it'll take him hours to get them together. But he also has the time and ability in the studio to do that.
Yeah.
So don't come to the studio thinking you're gonna Lil Wayne something and get mad when you have half a verse because you couldn't come up with it.
Yeah. Yeah. And every line is not supposed to just be created there in the studio anyway. You should always have some prepared, just some of your punchlines, some of your favorite movies, just write some things down. That way when you're ready to look at some things, you looking at your own thoughts. You're not taking things from other people. And that's where the songwriting and everything comes into play. Being a female artist, it always was challenging being in a studio with a lot of males because they all want to say, tell me what to say. But at the end of the day, they realize, you know what I'm saying? I have a creative mind and I do a lot of great things myself. So, I would love to work with you and we can make some great things happen, of course, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to bring it back to the lovely radio show.
Absolutely. And just to kind of piggyback what you said about how, back in the 90s, a lot of hits, a lot of songs on the radio, they were all hits. It wasn't something that you listened to like, oh, what was this?
Right. That's true.
You remember back in the 90s when going platinum and going gold was a norm? It's like nowadays everybody's celebrating, oh, I did 30,000 copies.
Right.
It's like, cool.
And that's what's crazy about the mainstream artists. You guys cannot brag about going platinum because you guys have a machine behind you. So if there are artists that's independent out there doing over 500K or doing more, congratulations, because that's what we strive to do and be able to own it. Because a lot of the artists who get the big push and y'all see the platinum, then when the money come back down, they don't really get it. You know what I'm saying? They don't own the record. So don't get so excited to say, well, you ain't up there with such and such. Well, such and such only getting maybe 1 or 2% of all of that major push that they had. You know what I'm saying? So being independent, man, I tell you something. You got to be patient.
Let's look at the whole thing with, what's her name? Khalees and Beyonce.
Exactly.
I guess she talked herself out of a nice penny that she could have had because of something she heard from a fan instead of actually hearing for herself.
Yeah, and sometimes you have to realize that, when people don't respect your hustle and somebody else take your publishing from you, you don't really have a leg to stand on. You don't seem like you're as important as the next person. Even though the next person, like, I won't go crazy because I know that them bzzz will go crazy, but the next person is just a receiver of the music as well. They're not the writer. They're not the producer. You feel me? They're just the performer. So then you look at it like, damn, they could have just made this work itself out. That way all the women can benefit from it. Instead of, here go one argument over here that everybody thinks is wrong and then go another argument where they feel like this person missed out. No, if it's my name and my name is on some music right now that somebody just dropped and I have no idea who those people are, but it's coming to my Spotify, I want to know what the fuck going on because I own my shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't agree with some things that go on. And I'm just going to say right now, make sure y'all go tap in to A-Rock because he got some dope music. Y'all going to hear the music right here on the Lovely Radio Show. If y'all tune in and archive the show, share it. That way we know that y'all was paying attention. And, we going to bring the music and the artists back, especially if you guys request it. Any more last minute shout outs you got to say, A-Rock?
Shout out Tiff. Shout out Good Karma Queen. I'm pretty sure she's in the building as well. If she's not, she's good gifted.
Shout out everybody.
Shout out, I think Fitty Man Santana.
Yeah.
Did I say it right?
Fitty Santana out there, yep. Doing
Shout
great
out
things.
The great White Knight.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out my man of Music. That's just a good partner of mine. great R&B artists if you guys needed some R&B as well.
Exactly.
Like I said again, please forgive me if I forgot, if I didn't mention your name. You know it's all love. You know we all love. Shout out Roach Killer.
Yeah, shout out Roach Killer, Dismos, and King Tech for allowing me to, learn about new artists and get a chance to see some artists that I've been, strolling through the Instagram streets seeing, but not even knowing who they were. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad to have met you, you know what I'm saying, for the first time, but this not the last time.
Absolutely.
And y'all make sure y'all tune in next Thursday. I have Mr. 16 coming through on the Lovely Radio Show. Tap in MissToyMusic.com for all updates, and make sure y'all are here, you know what I'm saying, for the new music release. I have a new project coming out 11/11/22, and I have a new project with J-Pad the Juggernaut, my rock album, Rock Hop Volume 1, dropping soon. And I got a new single out that's out right now, Miss Toy Roses. Make sure y'all go streaming. And we'll see y'all next week on the Lovely Radio Show. And I'll see you September 16th, Dismos. Let's go. Warrior business. We active. And I'm out.
I'm about to run up a check. Hell yeah. Walk in and leave with your bitch. Hell yeah. It's me and my niggas, we running the set. Hell yeah. No need for the drama, we tryna get lit. Hell yeah. I'm about to run up a check. Hell yeah. Walk in and leave with your bitch. Hell yeah. It's me and my niggas, we running the set. Hell yeah. No need for the drama, we tryna get lit. Hell yeah. Stepped in, I'm on go. Got the game on hold. Niggas talking on low. You know that's a no-no. It's game time, no rules. No, I came with my crew. With too much sauce, that's juice. Don't blame me if she choose. How many ways can I say that I got it until niggas getting the picture? Looking for me, I'm flexing all over the gram. These niggas is wishing I give up. I'm just stuck in my ways. Getting it, you know that's vital. But these niggas talking about plays. But we do not care about rivals. Stay true to my real side. My team know what that's all about. Make it flipping and double that. Coming back to back all the large amount. I'm about to run up a check. Leave with your bitch in Netflix. I know I make them upset, but know that they never forget. I'm about to run up a check. Hell yeah. Walk in and leave with your bitch. Hell yeah. It's me and my niggas, we running the set. Hell yeah. No need for the drama, we tryna get lit. Hell yeah. I'm about to run up a check. Hell yeah. Walk in and leave with your bitch. Hell yeah. It's me and my niggas, we running the set. Hell yeah. No need for the drama, we tryna get lit. Hell yeah. It's a lot of pretty bitches in this club. Paul would never drink and get more bottles, order up. Now she all on me, I think the sauce and got her stuck. Now she wanna leave with me, I said hell yeah, what's up? You fuckin' with the one right now, blow it all into me right now. He ain't lame to the nigga pipe down, cause I'm way too up right now. Don't blame me if you didn't get chose. That's how we live instead of getting that dough. They can't stand to see me no more, but I can't stand to go broke no more. So I'm up for more, I gotta get it. Couple stacks in my hands again. Got these bitches like some mannequins. Niggas hating, they can't stand the kid. Killing feelings, call the ambulance. Whoa, you do what you want when you poppin'. Yeah. When you getting money, they flocking. I'm